I know the folks don't believe there's an algorithm, but he's going to try to make 40 handles. So he's doing 2 to 1. You don't need to do the math on all this bullshit that people write these books about. Oh, you need to have this. I can make money and he can make money and you can make money with a 1-to-1 ratio. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says, okay? Because you don't know what you're doing when you first start. And these jokers that write books and courses and horse shit, they're not making profitable trades either. And here's the thing, all these are multiple setups. You have to have 5 to 1. I teach that as a thought process, and you'll see that in the core content lessons of my mentorship videos I put on my YouTube channel. Stop sending me requests to join my private mentorship because I don't do that anymore, and I put the lessons up on the YouTube channel for free. Go and fucking enjoy them, learn from it, study it, and it is what it is. Stop paying people to learn what I've made available for free. You're getting it right from the source, and I'm ongoing teaching right here, again, for free. But the multiples that people say you have to have or you're going to lose, for instance, you got to have 3 to 1 minimum, or your risk of ruin is this, that, and I think, because they argue that you have to have that type of ratio in your trading where you risk $1 to make $3 minimum. If you can't do that, don't take the trade. Okay, that's a religion. Okay, they say I'm a cult leader and I'm running a cult here. Okay, I'm going to turn this shit around on you. If you think that you have to have a 3 to 1 to make money, you're a fucking clown. Okay, because what you're saying is you're ignoring the idea that you know or don't know the outcome of the next series of 5 trades. Even with that 3 to 1, you're assuming that you can't have a fucking losing streak of 10 trades. Think about it. When I was coming up, I had that. And I had a model that worked because I was trying to push the button more times than I should have. That's the part. That's the thing. That's the real troll in your trading. The impulsiveness. The times that you want to push it faster than it really is in the chart. That's where the real work is. And that means knowing where the price is going. Why should it behave that time? That's why I have time aspects to my trading. I cut out all the bullshit. And like I was showing you the other day with the FOMC rate announcement thing, why don't I trade those days? Why don't I tell my students to trade those days? Because the absence of precision, how much plainer does it need to be? They're highly manipulated at that time, just like non-farm payroll, just like CPI. You know, these big events, they're highly manipulated. So there's manual intervention, and you can't trust your chart. I don't trust mine. So you have to wait for that initial sandstorm to pass, and then go in there and do your business. But you don't think that way until you've been burned lots of times and lose money. But once you have learned how to keep that from happening again, and the effects of having lost money, you will appreciate sound logic and rules. I don't have a problem with rules. I'm a rule-based, principle-based thinker. I have protocols, procedures. I have a routine that I follow. There's a method behind my madness. Even though it may seem like it's scatterbrained, I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing, when I'm doing it, and many times weeks and months before I even do it. Do you have to be that fanatical about it? No. So to remove all the bullshit that people say about me and what I teach, I have literally gave you a 60-minute interval 3 times a day where you can look for a setup. The setup requires you to know where the draw on liquidity is. You don't even need to know the bias on the day. Like, you don't need that. Just look at where we have come prior to that time. Is it more likely, because we've been going up, who's profitable? The longs. Okay. Is there a relative equal lows? Is there a singular low that hasn't been traded to yet? Because even if the day is going to be higher, they're likely to see it do what? Retrace, run some stops, and then accumulate those sell stops and go long. Smart money would be long, and then run the daily range higher, even still. Like, you don't need a bias. But to help you understand, to be principally oriented, have a rule-based idea, you should be focusing on developing a bias, because there's going to be days where you don't want to trade. You don't want to trade. And I teach you that. They're very generic days. They're not hiding from you. And when I talk about it on Twitter, oh, this is a day I'm not really excited about, or this is something I wouldn't touch. Otherwise, it's very static days. Days right before non-farm payroll, any FOMC day. Don't trade ahead of CPI, but after CPI, you can trade it. I mean, it's not rocket science. But many of you don't want to be told, don't do this. And many of you don't like to be told what to do. You come here, you listen to me talk, you talk about trading, you teach, you give things, you got students that are making real fucking money, you're showing executions that prove the concept, but you don't want to listen to the logic I share. Cameron.